Hi, I'm Robin Altman, here to bring you another Radiate Insight. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people succeed in a job interview, take the job, and then realize sooner than later it was the wrong move for them. Has this ever happened to you? And why does this happen? I remember once a client was so excited about a position because of the title and high profile surrounding the type of work that it was. He had a few meetings with the founder who was to be his boss, and they had such a good rapport, they were sure that it was not only going to be exciting, but also a whole lot of fun to work together. So my client gave 2 weeks' notice without a second thought. But guess what? He only lasted 2 days in the role before he resigned, saying that the impression that his boss gave him in those meetings was nothing like the air in the team meetings, nor the way they showed up professionally. It was a huge disappointment, but not only that, now my client was out of a job completely. I'm here to challenge your thinking and maybe even make you a little uncomfortable, but ultimately with the hope of helping you find that perfect opportunity for you. Think about all the job interviews you've had. Like most everyone in this situation, you probably want to make a great impression. You practice responding to questions you're anticipating in a way that proves that you're right for the position. You put on your game face, and your primary goal is to win the job. We all want to feel wanted, and job interviews are all about being invited in, being validated, and winning approval, so to speak. And so for many, the job interview is a vehicle for a feeling of approval and acknowledgement. In a Google search about this topic, there are a gazillion headlines like how to get the job, do's and don'ts for job interviews, how to succeed at a job interview tips to get the job. Sometimes we see a job description that may seem perfect at first blush when all it is a list of general responsibilities that can even change as time goes on. The reality is that there's much, much more to it than what's written. So how can you possibly know how to handle a job interview when things are so ambiguous and uncertain? If you're really being honest with yourself, how are you so sure that you actually want the job, or that you're actually right for the team and the organization, or that you and your career will thrive? This is what I'm going to share right now. And it all starts with an understanding of what a job interview really is for. We can probably all agree that the primary objective of a job interview is to assess how you, the candidate, is not only qualified for the job, but also fits the team and the organization. But this assessment, contrary to conventional wisdom, needs to go both ways. They don't only assess, so do you. They don't only interview you, you interview them. Yes, there's a position on a team that needs filling, and it will require certain knowledge and experience that you either have or you don't. This would be the first phase of the conversation, merely assessing your competence in the job. Notwithstanding this practical aspect of the assessment, though, the rest, and dare I say the lion's share of a good fit, rests on how the true person who you are at your core and the person you want to be aligns with the people and the organization. So in fact, your ultimate responsibility in a job interview is not only win the job, but actually to work with the interviewer to assess whether this is the right fit for both of you. In fact, I would beg to say that the job interview is a collaborative exercise where you're each coming to the table with deep knowledge and understanding of yourselves and, for the interviewer, their organization, respectively, in order to ascertain this fit. If each person, including the candidate, took responsibility for their role in the process, there would be much more success for everyone involved. But this would also require you being confident and brave and self-aware enough, and maybe even honest enough with yourself to assess this fit. And of course, that's really hard to do if you're feeling anxious because you want out of your current situation, whatever it is. Think of it this way. You may be smart, charming, knowledgeable, and savvy enough to win a position, but will you be fulfilled in it? Will you be on purpose in this position? Meaning, does it align with the person that you are and the person you're becoming? Do you see yourself thriving? So try something new next time you're in an interview. Collaborate with your interviewer to assess the right fit, rather than simply trying to win the position. How can you do this? Knowing yourself well and having the words and phrases to articulate this will have you showing up like your authentic best self, confidently putting your best foot forward while remaining in a place of curiosity about the role and your potential in it. It'll also have you saving time for yourself and everyone and finding the great opportunity that you're looking for sooner than later. Here are some general questions to get you started. Ask yourself, what is the contribution that I yearn to make? How do I like to work to make this contribution? What does a fulfilling day look like? What am I doing each day? What kinds of challenges motivate me? How do I overcome these challenges? How do I personally measure success? What are the characteristics that I appreciate most in a leader or a boss, in a colleague, in a direct report? These are only a few questions that can help you, of course, and I'm sure you could think of more. The point is to know yourself. The more you know about the real you, the more success you'll have in the interview. And by success, I mean assessing the opportunity accurately for yourself and your own well-being. So how equipped are you for your next interview? Are you prepared to take on the responsibility of collaborator in this exercise? What will help you get there? And overall, what do you think about the idea of becoming a collaborator in your interviews? Do you agree? Or maybe you have some other thoughts around this. I'd love to hear your point of view. And I encourage you to add to the conversation by sharing below or sending an email to robin@radiatecoaching.com. I promise to respond personally if you do. If you like this video, I also invite you to join the Radiate community for more of my blogs and shares by sending me an email with the subject line, "Please subscribe me," or by subscribing at radiatepassionandpurpose.com. Feel free to share this video with any friend, colleague, or other connection you have who may find it useful. In the meantime, as I always say, get connected to who you are when you're at your best, and you will radiate from the inside out. I look forward to seeing you next time. I wish you the best of luck in your interviews and more, and bye for now.